I do have an announcement for us this morning, folks. It's always with a heavy heart when we announce the passing of someone close to us. And today I'm announcing that Craig Haley, our former music director, made his transition early Tuesday morning this past week. And it was just 6 days shy of his birthday, which is tomorrow. I've known Craig since 2001 when he began playing in the band over at the New Vision Center. And we took the roots class together with then practitioner Jim Peak, who is now Reverend James Peak. And our classes, as you know, is where we connect with each other, and that is very true of this class. I got to know Craig and his musical background and his military background and his amazing spiritual journey that he's been on for many, many, many years of his life. He's an ordained humane minister and animal chaplain through the Emerson Theological Institute. He was our guest musician here on Sundays beginning in 2016. In 2019, he raised his hand and he said, "Reverend Jill, I'd like to help you. Can I be your music director and coordinate all of your music for you on Sundays?" So he worked with the guest artist, he scheduled them, and then he vetted the music that they would be playing to go with the messages each week. Big help, big help. And he was also, which really is special to me, he was one of our guest artists for our grand anniversary that we had in November. And it was so special to have him join William and Jennifer for that very, very special evening. I spoke with Craig's wife, Chris, this week to understand what his desires were for a celebration or memorial of his life. And she said that Craig didn't want that sort of a celebration or any memorial, but he did recognize the importance of community and the importance of closure. And so Chris thought it would be a loving tribute if all of the centers in the valley this Sunday would play Craig's music as our closing, which we're going to do this morning. But Reverend Lee has selected Craig's songs for all of our music today. Thank you for that. Please welcome Craig this morning with his first song, Dance.
Come take a chance, learn to dance, expanding cosmic resonance. Just trust your heart to find the beat. You cannot help but move your feet. So don't be afraid to take the lead. It's easy to get up to speed. It's okay to stumble, it's okay to fall. The dance floor of life embraces it all. Love is the dance, inviting you in. You know all the steps, so why not begin? 'Cause love is the dance, inviting you into the dance. Life is your party, you have been kissed. All apprehensions finally dismissed. The dance floor, your canvas, movements brush. Masterpiece in making, there's no need to rush. Love is the dance, inviting you in. You know all the steps, so why not begin? Love is the dance, inviting you into dance. Once in a while, when a stranger cuts in, it's okay to go for a spin. Before you know it, you're starting to sway. The music of life won't lead you astray. So let go of worry and release your fears. And the student is ready, the teacher is. Practice makes perfect. I know this is true. The dance of life is you. It is a dance inviting you in. You know all the steps, so why not begin? 'Cause love is the dance inviting you into the dance, to the dance, to the dance.
Well, okay. Thank you, Craig. Struggling with where to start. Okay. The dance. Let's talk about the dance. Because we're talking about being awake and being aware. And so as I was walking this morning, as I want to do on Sunday mornings, walking around Tempe Town Lake early in the morning, thinking about being awake and being aware and being conscious of what we're doing, when we're doing it. Being open and alert and aware of the power and presence of God is what we're talking about. We're talking about living in grace, living consciously, living purposefully, living with intention, living in love and peace and joy, and being aware of all this all at once, every moment of every day, with every breath, and all of that at one time. Wow. We set it up as a pretty high bar, right? And sometimes we sit, I know, sometimes I sit, I'll speak for myself. Sometimes I sit with that, with my 40 some odd years of study and experience in this stuff, and go, that's a lot. And it is a lot. If we look at it from just this huge, magnificent, massive presence. And if we stop and take a breath for just a moment, remember that there's nowhere to go because it's right here. And it's a process, it's an artful process of becoming. It's an artful process wherein we decide to choose to be just a little bit more aware and awake every day. What can I do today? What can I do in this moment? How can I plan to be a little bit more, to reveal a little bit more of me today, tomorrow, this week, this year? What are my intentions for myself? And as we're going through this today, I want you to really stop and remember that there is nowhere to be other than right where we are. There's nothing to do other than to simply breathe and be present. And I'm going to give you a list of things to do for the week at the end. I will be giving you some assignments, some little things to practice, little things to do, because it is a process, right? It is a process. We are becoming. We are beings becoming. So the author of our book of the month, Becca, what's her name? Becca Lewis. Give me number one, Joe, the first one. Awareness is an art. In its purest form, it is the ever-expanding, constant consciousness of the state of grace. Ever-expanding, constant consciousness of the state of grace. And so I have some other quotes that I didn't get to Joe in time because I just picked them up this morning. Sorry, buddy. It's what I do. So Ernest Holmes in the Holmes Papers, Ideas of Power, towards the back of the book, page 248, for those who want to know. Page 248, paragraph 3, about halfway down. Ernest writes, there is a self not revealed, that inner self that never tires, fed by deep eternal fires, angel and guardian at the gate, master of death and king of fate. You didn't know Ernest was a poet, did you? Maybe you did. That is you, and that is me. Oh, but we say, this myself? No such exalted being can have anything to do with me. I am weak. I am sinful. We have those thoughts, right? I'm not enough. Ernest goes on to say, we deal with one mind, one spirit, one individual, and one universe, but each of us a unique individualization of all that there is. A unique individualization of all that there is. Speak to him then, for he hears, and spirit with spirit shall meet. Closer is he than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. Nearer than hands and feet. Closer than our breath. Closer than our thoughts. It is back of our thoughts, behind of our thoughts, drive in our thoughts, inspiring us moment to moment to moment to moment to moment as we go through the day, if we were to only listen close enough. Take the time to be still enough. It's like when I talk to people who, talk about, well, God is this and God is that, and we don't have this, they don't like the whole God on the, I say, okay, call it what you will. Think of it what you will. And and they say, well, I'm not really sure about that. And I say, well, what is that thing you think of when you say, something told me? What is that? What is that still small voice in the back of your head saying, no, you probably ought to turn right? Or maybe you ought to stay home today. Or what is that something that intervenes and you're walking down, it just happened to me the other day. Walking down the stairs, I get down the stairs and heading out towards the car in the parking lot. And it's like, I forgot. And I had to go back up. And then as I'm driving, I see down the road, this car way down the road, this car comes out of the driveway, this other car coming this way, and going, you know what? If I had not gone back up, that could have been me. What is that something that higher power, if we notice the synchronicity, if we notice the little voice inside of us? You see, if we notice these things, like Reverend Jo was talking about noticing the prosperity in her life this week. Wow. How many of us take note like that, of things like that in our lives? Last week, Reverend Jo was talking about our book of the month, where Becca Lewis is talking about, are we willing? Are we willing to set things aside? Are we really to set aside all of the preconceptions that we have about who we are, all the preconceptions we have about our lives, all the preconceptions we have about our lack and limitation that we've owned over the years? Can we set all of that aside for just a moment, just long enough to really look at what the potentiality is for each of us? Open ourselves to the possibilities. Now, Becca Lewis, in her book this week, I'm reading has the questions, the doubting questions. The other ones, Joe, I'm sorry, the previous one. There we go. I love these questions. Why is life so unfair? Why is life so hard for me? Why do other people have all the luck? Why doesn't anybody love me? Why don't I know what to do? How many of you have had these thoughts? I've had these thoughts. Absolutely. It's almost like we have this script that we run in our heads, right? So frequently, it's like we have to, and Becca is talking about this in terms of, what is your life script? What is the message that you are sending yourself about who and what's the limiting message? Let me rephrase that. The limiting message, the core limiting message you have that runs your life. And it's really something to examine. And so this will be part of the practicing the principles for the week, is to really look at this for you this coming week. And really take exams, like, what are the automatic little things you say? Say somebody presents you with an opportunity and you say, no, that's not for me. Or somebody offers you a compliment about your clothing, or the way you've done your hair, or your new shoes. Somebody offers you a compliment. Do you just say thank you, or do you immediately discount it? Oh, no, that's all right. Why can't we just say thank you? Oh, your hair is so nice. Oh, thank you. Oh, what a great jacket. Oh, thank you. Just say thank you. That's life offering you a compliment. It's life saying yes to you through that other person. How frequently do we do that? Don't discount it. Because that's me looking at me. That's me saying thank you to me, right? Because we're all just mirrors for each other. We're all doing this dance of life together, like Craig was talking about. We get to do this dance. We get to be here together. Like we talked about, like Ram Dass said, walking each other home. So the flip side of that list, is the awareness list that Becca gives us. And they're just little check-in questions, especially when we're faced with a challenge, or we're faced with an opportunity, or something we're trying to turn away from. It's like, am I running? Am I hiding? Am I lying? Or am I waiting? It's like, am I running away from something? Am I running away from success? Somebody gives me an opportunity, or somebody opens a door for me, I go, and it's that mixture of scared and excited, right? And so, am I going to run away? Am I going to turn my back? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Take a breath. Be okay. Am I hiding? How am I hiding my life? How am I hiding my light? Right? How am I hiding from me? Am I hiding in a cloud of smoke? It's like, am I hiding behind my fears? Am I hiding behind my doubts? What kind of limitations am I hiding? Am I lying? Am I lying to myself? How am I lying to myself? Every time I tell myself a story about lack or limitation, I'm lying to me. Every time I tell myself a story about how unlovable I am, I'm lying to me. Stop. Tell the truth. You're a loving, lovable, prosperous, happy, healthy individual. The core of your being is spirit. The core of your being is light and love and truth. That is who you are. And this year we're talking about grace. This month we're talking about grace. And grace is about accepting that. Grace is about opening to that and walking in that. Not having to be all specific about manifestation, although that's always good. But it's about setting all of the individual little wants and needs and desires and all that little stuff, setting all that aside and saying, you know what? I am simply going to be open to the power and presence of God and it acting as itself in and through me here and now. That is what grace is about. Simply being present and available for the activity of spirit. Period. End of story. Name it as it is. And there is a process, there is work for us to do to facilitate that, to make it easier for that to happen, to help it and to help allow it to be less stressful. And so one of the things that I came up with as I thought about it this week was we have all these beliefs, these thoughts and ideas about who and what we are. And it's very much about the house of our lives that we've built. Okay. So the walls, the ceiling, the floor, the rooms, the furniture are all manifestations of our thinking. Think of it as like a thought castle in your head. Okay. And there actually, I think who was it? I got a scholarship for the Dale Carnegie course when I was in high school. And he talked about, little thought spaces, creating grids in our head for memory, right? One of the things that we learned about in that class. And this is what I'm talking about. We have this house in our consciousness that houses all of our thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. And so we get to go through the process of digging around in either the attic or the basement or both of this house in our consciousness and saying, you know what? What is in this box? What's been hiding here that's holding me back? Right? We all have that space in our house. I've only been in my apartment for three years. I have that space in my apartment. I have a room or part of a room that has got just total clutter. I was going to take a picture of it and share it, and I decided not to. Actually, I forgot. But it's on my list for this week because I'm at the end of the week, I'm going on a business trip for a week and a half. I really don't want to come back to it. So I'm going to get it taken care of this week. All this is to say we have that space, and we have that space in our house. We have that space in our consciousness. All the old beliefs that we've been holding on to, that we've boxed up, we've set aside, the little incidents, the little processes, the little things that happen in our lives that we feel either we feel guilty about, we feel victimized by, we're hung up about, every time it comes up in conversation, we're like, oh my gosh, if I remember that again, blah, 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 blah. Let it all go. Dig up the boxes, open them up, look at them and saying, trash, keep, or act. Right? Trash, keep, or act. I'm either going to let it go, I'm going to hold on to it because it's life-giving and life-supporting, or I'm going to act on it because it's an incomplete that I really need to address. Right? And there are very few things in our lives that will hold us back more than something that we hold as incomplete in our lives. Whether it's addressing a relationship, addressing a task, bucket list item, or something we've started, and it's like every 2 or 3 months we're going, God, I need to go finish that. Well, finish it or let it go, right? Or finish it or call it done. And say, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Done with it. I'm going to let it go. What are these things in your life that you want to really either get a hold of or let go of? Right? Some of them may take some counseling. That's okay. Worthy investment. Some of them may take some treatment work. Call your favorite practitioner or minister, will help you. Some of it may be just talking to a friend. Some of it may just be showing up for yourself today and saying, you know what? I'm going to go home and take a bath because that's really what I want to do. And that's okay too. That is okay too. How am I walking in life? Am I walking consciously or am I just going along? Because that's very much what this is about. Am I aware? How awake am I to what I am doing and who I am being and what I am creating? It can be an exciting thrill ride of a life. It can be a peaceful, joyful float down the river. It can be somewhere in between. All of that is possible because we get to create it. We get to write the script. We get to say, this is my life. This is how I want it to feel. Because whether I'm driving a Porsche or a truck through my life, it's not about the vehicle, it's how it feels. How do I want my life to feel? Today, tomorrow, the next day. Today I want it to be real peaceful and just kind of float along, and I'm good with that. And tomorrow I want it to be more upbeat, right? It's the difference between the spa music channel on Sirius XM or classic vinyl, right? What do I want? What do I want today? Because I get to choose. I get to press the button that says, this is how I want my life to feel. Do I want to be all zenned out today, or do I want to be rock and roll? Because that's the way it works. We are in charge of all of that. And all we have to do is show up. So what do we attach to? What do we need to let go of? And who do we want to be and become today? Let's talk about practicing the principles. Notice your automatic responses. Are you just going to say thank you to the compliment? That's the big piece of that. And the rest of that is, okay, next. That was the big part of that one. Okay, notice your automatic responses this week. What are the automatic scripts? And secondly, the growth life questions. Am I running? Am I hiding? Am I lying? Am I waiting? Am I waiting? And the final, the stretch assignment. Clean the clutter. Find that room. Find the room. We all have it. Or is it a closet? And I suspect each of us, God, I don't know that I've ever been in a house that didn't have one of these. That drawer in the kitchen. That drawer in the kitchen that catches every random little thing that you've got in your world. Okay? Find that space because, and the reason this is important is this. Our world, our environment tends to reflect the state of our consciousness. Right? Sometimes it's just the fact that, I just haven't gotten around to cleaning today or this week or whatever, but in general, right? So clean the clutter, find the drawer, find the closet, find the corner in the garage, whatever it is for you, take a shot at it. And what that does is it lets the universe know that you have an intention about cleaning things up, right? About bringing some order to the chaos in consciousness. So be a blessing to yourself. So let us pray. Let's put all this to work. There's one life, one mind, one power and presence, one love. It is peace and joy and prosperity, and it is in this that we live and move and have our being and it in us. closer than our hands and feet, closer than the very breath we breathe. It is the source and substance of all life, as it is of each and every one of us. And so we are grateful for this right here and right now. We are grateful for our lives and for the experience of community that we share here in this space and online and wherever and whenever you are listening to this, watching us. We are here and we are one. And so I speak this word of truth, of affirmation for each and every individual, knowing that all is well, that life is good and very good as each and every one of us. And we let go and set aside any thought of lack or limitation and affirm our health and our wholeness, affirm our expansive growth in this moment, affirm our vision for ourselves as living and expressing the divine idea of us right here and now. We are free. Free of what may have been holding us back up until now. We set aside fear for love. We set aside anxiety for peace. We set aside doubt for a faith in ourselves and in our activities, knowing that all is well, that life is good and very good as each and every one of us. And so with gratitude, we move forward this day and into this week, knowing that all is well, that we are lifted up, that we are blessed, and that we are a blessing to each and every individual we encounter throughout our day and our week ahead until we meet again. And so we move forward, letting go, knowing that all is well and it is done. And we say together, and so it is.
Howdy, we're going to be standing in the light. Standing in the light, Spirit is flowing. I claim my birthright, prosperity. I can sense good fortune growing. Standing in the light, come stand with me. I stood in the dark, where there's no knowing. Illumination, it eluded me. But then my hand, well, the guide got going. Turned on that love light, let it shine on me. I can feel my life's unfolding, 'cause I create my reality. And I affirm that these seeds I'm sowing, they grow to overflowing abundantly. I'm so blessed, the Spirit found me. I embrace the divinity. I am one, there with all around me. Standing in the light, come stand with me. I can feel my life's unfolding, 'cause I create my reality. And I affirm, well, that these these seeds I'm sowing, they grow to overflowing abundantly. Standing in the light, God's love surrounds me. I demonstrate my ability. I attract my greatest good around me, 'cause I'm standing in the light. Come stand with me. I can feel my life's unfolding as I create my reality. And I have fun without these seeds I'm sowing. They go to overflow abundantly. I can feel my life's unfolding as I create my reality. I have fun without these seeds I'm sowing. They go to overflowing abundantly. They go to overflowing abundantly. 'Cause you're standing in the light.
I think he probably is the light about now. What do you think? Yeah. All right. It is time to share our abundance in community this morning. Have several ways, as I said, to do that. We call it grateful giving around here. And the first way is on our website. You can go online, click the donate button. It'll take you right into the PayPal account where you can make your donation. You'll be given the opportunity to make that a reoccurring donation if you would like, where it's automatically taken out, very convenient, free of charge to you, and your donation is taken out automatically every day, every week, every month, however you'd like to make that set up. We also have a tithe ticket that you would receive if you do the automatic donation, because you wouldn't have anything to put in the basket. So we give you these that you can put in the basket on Sunday mornings. You can pick them up in the bookstore. And we also have that program I was talking about earlier, Money Finders. It's where we focus on the serendipitous things that happen, all of the good that comes to us every day in our lives when, as Reverend Lee said, we just pay attention to it, right? We become aware. And this is a way of tracking that and practicing the principle of what we focus on expands. Tithe 10% here, 90% stays with you. And then we have our lovely QR code, my fun favorite invention. Just point your camera at it, your smartphone, and it takes you right into the donation portal also. Nice, quick, and easy for you. And if you're comfortable, you can hold your gift over your heart, and we will say our affirmation this morning. I am an open channel through which prosperity flows. I accept the divine flow of goodness, ideas, and substance through me now. I am grateful for my full and prosperous life, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me. Gratitude behind me. Gratitude to the left of me. Gratitude to the right of me. Gratitude above me. Gratitude below me. Gratitude within me. Gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
Please join me in blessing that which has been circulated to and through our community today. How grateful I am for all of the good that we have received this day, and Reverend Lee's message, our beautiful music from Craig, each and every one that's gathered here today in person and online to make this community what it is, celebrating life itself together. I bless this financial good that has come to and through our center today, knowing that the gift and the giver are blessed, pressed down to overflowing as they step confidently into the law of circulation in their life, knowing that they cannot outgive God. And I know that we, as Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living, are a grateful receiver of all of this good as it has been circulated to us this day, as we circulate it through our community for greater manifestation in the world. I speak a special blessing this day on Craig as he has made his transition and moves into the light. We know that his brightness shines brightly, illuminating the sky, illuminating the day, and his music will illuminate our hearts forever. We're so blessed, and so it is. All right. If you would like prayer today, I'm your practitioner. So see me in the back. I'll be back in the prayer room. If you'd rather leave a written prayer request, you can do that and leave it in the prayer box. And I'll take those home and pray with you this week. Folks online, you can leave a written prayer request on the website. And there's an email there for prayer request, and I will pick those up as well. And book club, again, is on Tuesday evening from 6 to 7:30. We're doing chapters 8 through 11. If you'd like to join us, please do. Everyone's welcome. As Diane mentioned, we are participating in the Arizona Interfaith event, Snack Packs for Children. That event is on the 2nd of April. We have 3 Sundays, including this one, to collect our goodies. And there's a list in the lobby. It's on our website. You can take a photo of the list in the lobby if you want it on your phone. You can dial up the website if you're shopping. Costco, Walmart. I'm doing plugs for Smart and Final. Yeah. What was the other one? Sam's Club. There you go. All of those places have big bulk things at really good prices that would be lovely donations because they're looking for large quantities. So contribute what you can. We appreciate everything that comes through that allows us to participate with the larger community, all of the faith communities in Arizona. I don't know if you've seen their license plates, the Golden Rule license plates. Have you seen those around? The Arizona Interfaith was one of the first faith groups that was able to get a license plate authorized. Arizona has that special program. And when I was at the World Parliament of Religions many years ago, they were doing workshops teaching other states how to do that and to make it a revenue stream for the state, but it also promotes the goodwill out in the community of the Golden Rule. And that is the basis of the interfaith community, is living by the Golden Rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. And this is what it's celebrating with part of this outreach program. Okay, and just a little teaser. We are thinking about starting up our Gourmet for God again. Gourmet for God is a fundraiser for our community where we have hosts, people in the community want to be a host, and you'll host an event that is around some sort of a food. and we call it Gourmet for God. And once we have our hosts and you decide what it is you want to do, then we set up bidding, and everybody in the community can bid on attending these events at your home. Or here's just some fun things the board and I came up with last week when we were talking about it. You could do a pizza party. You could have music, wine, and cheese. William, we can do a cookie exchange, Italian romance night, a Mexican fiesta, steak and potato night. Maybe you're going to do a hike and a picnic in the McDowell's, an Academy Awards party. I did that several years ago. Ron was my paparazzi taking pictures. It was fun. Barbecue and beans, a chili cook-off, a high tea and cakes, a Super Bowl party, a wine tasting, anything that you come up with, as long as you've got a little food around it, and it can be anywhere. You can partner together. If somebody's got a big house but doesn't cook, and somebody cooks and's got a small house, y'all can get together and do something. We're going to open up the center. If you want to figure out something that you want to do, we would open up this room for you to do it here. So lots and lots of different ways. If you have an interest in this, Valerie, please stand up. Valerie is our person in charge of this. Yay.
I've done it so many times from my previous life at San Jose, and it's my joy. I love this celebration
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. And so if you have an interest in this, we're just really right now taking an interest list. If you might want to host one, so that we know if we have enough interest to start working on it and putting it together. And if we don't, we won't do it. That's how we roll around here, right? That's how we roll. All right, next Sunday, I get to talk. I'll be back with my talk called What Do You See? And we're going to look at spiritual perception and the spiritual laws of grace. Did you know there were laws around grace? We're going to be looking at that. Everyone online, thank you for being with us. We appreciate your presence. We feel you. We're delighted that you're with us each and every Sunday. And those in the room, we're going to close today with the tribute to Craig, as Chris has asked. And I know that Joe has been working with Chris as well, and is going to compile a DVD of all of the Valley services that happened today and the tributes that were spoken to Craig, so that she has that as a memento and can share with her family as well. So thank you, Joe, for your service. That to Chris and to Craig. And again, Craig was very special to Scottsdale CSL. Scottsdale CSL is very special. He's special to us. We're special to him. He's going to sing for us this morning one more time. And I invite you all to hold Chris, his wife, his family, his friends in your heart as they all navigate, as we all navigate this time of transition. Please welcome back Craig Haley and his song, Is My Heart Calling? There's a card in the lobby if you would like to sign one for Chris this morning.
Times I really wonder if I'm living life or if I'm being bad. I choose to run against the wind, and I wonder why I never get ahead. How can I be certain that I'm in the right place just at the right time? What my life might be like had I turned to the left instead of right. How will I know what is right for me? That perfect purpose that I strive to be. I got a feeling that sets me reeling. Is my heart calling to me? I was thrown for a loop as I was headed down the path that called to me. A mystical experience overwhelmed my intuition and set me free. My life was filled with love, you know, a love like I had never known before. Laid out at my feet was the road map I've been searching for. How will I know what is right for me? That perfect purpose that I strive to be. I've got a feeling that sets me to reason. Is my heart calling to me? So now I'm living life instead of chasing after something that's not me. It's an absolute reversal from where I always thought that I would be. There was love in my heart and peace as my compass I now find. I'm living in the moment, every moment with ever-present mind. How will I know what is right for me? That perfect purpose that I strive to be. I get a feeling that sets me to reasons. My heart calling to me. Well, it's calling me. Well, it's calling.